Hi, I'm Will.
And I'm Risa, and this is Talent Talk.
On today's show, we have the incredible rock Americana band, Nicole Boggs The Reel. But before we get to our interview with them,
You have to check out this incredible video of theirs of their song called Existential Blues.
Got a family history, suffering delusions, throwing technology and digital confusion. You got a perfect recipe for drawing dangerous conclusions. Look who's on the move, man, I'm about to lose it. You're the only thing I know is real when I feel my grip start to slip away. You're all I've got to hold on to. Get me through existential blues.
well, hello, Nicole Boggs The Reel. It is so nice to finally meet you. I am joined by my better half. We have Nicole Boggs in the middle. We have Mr. Alex Kramer with the hat, who plays guitars, all the guitars, as well as sings. We have Sam Gyllenhaal, who also plays all of the guitars and does all of, well, many of the vocals. And of course, in the center, the badass boss lady, Nicole Boggs, who plays bass and also is the lead vocalist. Nicole, to you first, I want to know a little bit about how you all came about with the song Existential Blues.
We actually wrote Existential Blues, I think the week that everything locked down. And at that point, at least in Nashville. And at that point, we weren't really sure how long that was going to be the case. But we were talking about not only the effects of isolation, but just in general, anxiety and mental health and our kind of deep need for human connection. So it kind of came out as a neurotic love song to basically begging someone to get you through that existential loop that we all live in sometimes, or at least I assume other people are also living in it sometimes.
Well, no, you're absolutely right. We started this show around the pandemic, and we talk a lot about how music is therapy. And my question to you all is, I know that music runs very deep in the blood of all of you. How did you come together to become a band?
Oh, just a Nashville fairy tale. Well, Sam, I don't know. Do you want to take the lead on this? Or?
Sure. As the newest member of the band, it only makes sense that I take the lead.
Yeah, you've been in the band 5
But
years.
I've heard the spiel before. They've been playing together for like 10 years.
Close to it. Yeah.
Close to 10 years.
Cool.
And Nicole was a solo artist, and she was hiring Alex. And
We were mostly just drinking at that point in time.
Just,
Yeah.
she was hiring Alex to drink. And at some point, they just, became good enough friends to where he started playing for free a little bit more. That's how I.
That's how it works.
That's how I.
I manipulated him.
Yeah, right. That's how it really went down.
Yeah.
So basically, we had performed together a lot. They had written together quite a bit, and at a certain point, we formed the band while they had kind of developed their writing relationship. The first song they wrote together made it onto the first band record. And then shortly thereafter, Sam joined and kind of completed the whole.
Weaseled my way in there.
He wrote his way into the band.
The harmonies just kind of became this intrinsic part of the writing process, and it just didn't make sense at that point to move forward without him. So, I mean, other than that, he's all right, but.
Would you say that there's no greater release or freedom than being on stage together and performing? How do you feel about that?
Absolutely. I think one of the hardest parts of this business is that we spend so much more time not on stage than we do on stage. I mean, even prior to everything locking down, it was kind of like, to run the business properly, it's like the amount of hours that you spend on a computer far outweighs the time that you get to be up there. So that is the reward. That is the payoff for the time you put in, is getting to be in front of people and like sweat in a room, you know?
Absolutely. I mean, I don't think people realize the amount of admin work that goes into the business of show business. But on top of that all, what I love so much about the three of you is that we are looking at three exceptional individual artists who, as a collective, are truly a force. I think a force for good, a force for positive vibes. And the fact that you have this beautiful Americana rock sensibility about you, it's like cozying up to a familiar blanket. Have you all been told that before? I mean, you know, even with your new stuff, there seems to be a familiarity and a familial essence to each of you individually and collectively.
Oh, that's such a huge compliment. Thank you.
Really nice.
Thank you so
You're gonna
much.
make her cry.
That's not.
I'll
Not
cry
very
with you.
I am crying.
But I think it's true. You know, a lot of what there's something about their voices, Risa, that reminds me, that gave me the same kind of emotional reaction when we met with Lee Nash of Sixpence None the Richer. There's a familiarity there that I think is going to go a long way, and then also is so timely and timeless. I'm curious to know for you, Nicole, I mean, is the main goal at the end of the day, especially in this hopefully soon post-pandemic world, to focus on the collective and focusing on the connection of all of us and what makes us more similar than different?
Absolutely. I think that's a big target of what we're trying to say, and we're just kind of coming at it from our own angle. I think we have a tendency to be a little nihilistic, I suppose, and I think that there is a place for that in this. It's not lacking in hope to say, here's what's, am I allowed to swear? Swearing, no swearing?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's what's fucked up in this world, you know, and we I feel like this record that we have coming up in particular is about putting a name to that, because we don't believe that change can happen without calling things what they are.
I think, I mean, snaps all around, and look at, in that, of course, that new record coming out on April 28th, Queen of the Dive. We're going to get, I think, a little sneak peek a little bit later on from a little bit. I'm just going to repeat myself till I get it all out, folks. We're going to get a little sneak peek from that album. And I'm so grateful that you all, and I'm sure all of your fans are grateful that you all are so unapologetic in putting important issues to the forefront and doing it through the vessel of the three of you, again, individually and collectively. But before we get any further, you know, there's one question Risa and I have been waiting all but 10 minutes to ask, and that's Nicole Boggs The Reel. Are you ready for game time?
Oh, we're always ready for game
Born
time.
ready for game time.
Well, Nicole Boggs The Reel, today's your lucky day, because today's game is the questions game. And Risa has our fabulous questions book in Nashville. Risa, I think you stole it from me when you were in New York. I'm just going to throw you under the bus. But listen, Risa, go and tell Nicole in The Reel what this game is all about.
And I shall. This is a super fun way to get to know you guys a little bit better. So I'm going to start with Alex. You're going to give me a number, Alex, in your life that has significance. I'm going to turn to the page that has that number and ask the question and see where we go from there.
We go with 7.
Say it again. What was
7.
it? 7?
7.
Okay. It froze.
How did you
7.
again and again? It's like
I was like, oh, what? No, 7. Okay. Why is 7 significant for you?
I think it's probably my religious upbringing.
Do you want to unpack this now? Unpack it.
You
can
gotta-
unpack it.
I seem to remember that 7 was an important number, but I don't know why.
Well, here could be the reason why, because the question number 7 says, if you had to spend a day watching the same movie over and over again, which movie would you watch and why?
You better get this right.
No.
Is this like Newlyweds Game where like you have to, Pulp Fiction is a go-to answer. but I have to slash it with Back to the Future. I'm sorry, I gave you
Oh.
2.
Why are you
Both
apologizing? Is it weird, Risa? I kind of want to know what the other two's favorite movies are
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. Can we hear? Sure.
Go, Nicole.
Is that the right answer, by the way?
I mean,
What did
your answer can be whatever.
Oh, it was almost famous.
No.
No, I don't know.
It's only right if Nicole says it is.
Who knows what mine is? I can't guess yours. I was gonna say let's do a swap, but it's not gonna work.
I mean, yours is Wayne's World.
Mine is probably Wayne's World, which
duh.
is like,
Wayne's World.
I think that I started playing bass because I've been spending my whole life trying to become Cassandra in Crucial Dawn. I'm like, I realized today, I woke up and was like, I have the same bass that she did. I didn't even think about it. That's needed to be the one.
Wayne's World is the right answer. Sam?
That's a great answer.
Mine's Almost Famous because I am basically William, the reporter kid, along with the rock stars riding the bus. That's basically my role.
Opie!
Opie!
That is always that movie I can watch over and over again too. It gives me the warmest fuzzy feeling. Well, take it away. Okay, now Sam, we'll do you next. You tell me your number.
When I was on the baseball team in high school, my number was 11 because my lucky number 1 was taken. And my mediocrity in baseball has driven me to try and succeed in life as a musician and be better than mediocre.
That's beautiful.
Thanks.
Well,
I was so mediocre.
okay, 11 is, if time and money were no object for your dinner tonight, what would you be eating?
I would start driving to Maine probably and eat some lobster.
Oh my gosh.
Time is no object, and gas money is no object. So just kind of mosey on up there.
I love that.
I love that too.
And my dogs agree, by the way, too. I don't know if you can hear them barking. But Bella, one
And
of my
Nicole.
2 dogs, wants to come to Maine with you, Sam.
Yes, and have all the seafood. And Nicole, what about you? Pick your fave number.
I think my favorite number is 18 for some reason. And I think that I was obsessed with turning 18 for whatever reason. And then that's when life goes to shit. So I don't know what I was waiting for.
Okay. This is cool. Okay, 18 is, if time stopped and froze everyone except you for an hour every day, what would you do with your hour?
What would I do with my hour? I would probably just sleep.
Me and you both. And my dog, who continues to bark.
Like it's just me. The's no questions, right? Nothing is needed of me.
Nothing's needed of you. Do anything you want to do. I may be right there with you because I have a 4-year-old. What is sleep anymore? Okay. Great answers, everybody.
Well, hello, Nicole Boggs The Reel. We are so excited that you have agreed to sing a little something from your upcoming album. I want to get it right this time. It's Dystopian Book Club. The song is Queen of the Dive. But before we get into that, Nicole, you were telling us a little story off camera about a favorite song growing up, a song that may have even gotten you into loving music. Talk to us a little bit about it.
I think Risa and I were agreeing that the best song ever written is I Can't Make You Love Me, which was made famous by Bonnie Raitt, and also happened to originally be written as a polka, which makes
I was going to say, yes, it was.
Also, you didn't know that?
No.
Also,
Oh my gosh.
by Mike Reed, who was a professional football player. So everything about this is the craziest thing in the world. But it's the best song ever written. And my parents used to catch me sneaking out of my room at night when I was 8 and in listening to it in the living room and crying.
You felt very deeply about it. How could you not? Yeah, I just want to say, I found out that like Bonnie Raitt came in and slowed it. She was the one that decided to slow it down because it was like a boom bop kind of a thing. Could you imagine? It came out just as perfect as it should be because of Bonnie Raitt too. Okay, sorry.
I love it. The more you know. I wish I had a rainbow graphic. The more you know. Listen, Nicole Boggs, Alex Kramer, Sam Gyllenhaal, the 3 of you are absolutely fantastic. Will you grace us with a little bit of Queen of the Dive?
shots and Bombay cigarettes. All the local troublemakers, trading lines and talking shit. Go on, pour me another Casamigos. I'll have stories if I make it out alive. All the boys say
She's the queen of the dive.
if you're looking for me, no, I'm not that hard to find. I'm never lonely. Everyone knows me, I'm the queen of the dive. Had one too many Casamigos. When I get home tonight, I'm probably gonna cry in this moment.
She's a queen of the dive.
If you're looking for me, no, I'm not that hard to find. I'm never lonely. 'Cause everyone knows me. She's a queen of the dive. If you're looking for me, no, I'm not that hard to find. I'm never lonely. 'Cause everyone knows me. I'm the queen of the dive.
Unbelievable.
I mean, it's such magic. It's just, how lucky are we, Will, right
Yeah,
now? How
I
lucky are
know.
we?
Am I wrong to say, Risa? It's like like I'm going to speak about the three of you like you're not in the room. It's like a familiar blanket. It's fresh. It's new. I feel like there's so much hope and optimism, and there's so much familiarity yet edge and newness. I mean, I have all the adjectives.
Well, I feel like too, I feel like you've got me. Like as a consumer of your music, like
That's right.
you're not gonna let me fall. Like you're my net. And like if I've been through crap days, happy days, whatever my emotions are, like I could come to a show of yours and just feel like you've got me. You've got me.
And escape.
And yeah.
And escape in this crappy world we live in. The three of you are providing, you have hope in all of your voices, in your harmonies, in your playing. It's unbelievable. Now I'm getting a little.
I'm emotional, so
I get me choked up too.
like literally, you know, and
Rough day rejections. So this is actually
That's
much
right.
needed.
oh, you know, Nicole, you are, I mean, as a band, you guys are beautiful. And I just have to say, like, it's funny. Well, I'm so happy that our stars aligned today because Nicole is a gem. And like, just to have you be a part of the show in this way with your band. And I'm just honored that you guys would take the time to be with us. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Nicole Boggs The Reel,
Mhm.
Queen of the Dive. That was their song,
Yeah.
their album, Dystopian Book Club, out April the 28th. Nicole Boggs, Alex Kramer, Sam Gyllenhaal. Thank you all so much for joining us today on Talent Talk, and we can't wait to speak with you soon.
Thank you guys for having us. Thank you so much.